Hello, I'm Natasha Beyersdorf in NBN News Tonight. A violent night in Alice Springs after the arrest of a 5-year-old girl's alleged killer. The shocking scale of fraud in the NDIS laid bare with new data. Further disruptions for Qantas and Jetstar customers, high fuel prices and the war in the Middle East continue to hit hard. Warhope's beloved attraction Timbertown auctioning off items, including railway memorabilia. And the Matildas set to play Mexico in Newcastle in June.
An unwanted new chapter for Anastasia's memoir. Her partner arrested, her book tour tested.
I was very lucky I met Reza.
Good nutrition is the key to healthy ageing. That's why My Choice was created by the dietitians and chefs at Light and Easy. They're perfectly portioned for smaller appetites and packed with flavour and nutrition. And with support at home funding, your plan can cover up to 70% of the cost. Plus, we'll cover your first co-payment, so you'll pay $0 to Light and Easy for your first delivery. No contracts, just more choice, independence and happiness. Call 13 15 12 for more information.
Sore throat? Trust Strepsils Extra for soothing relief that's scientifically formulated. With triple action to numb pain fast, help fight bacteria and soothe the throat. Strepsils. Own every moment.
Getting the girls around to Jones, so Sarah knows she's not alone.
All of us will be affected by cancer at some point in our lives. So this Australia's biggest morning tea, let's make it personal.
All of my memories, like constellations, were spinning round in my head.
Your future just got more affordable with Domain Homes. Take 10% off and get a free Energy Saver Pack. Don't miss out. Visit Domain Homes today.
The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
Superstars across the park, locked, loaded to fire up your Friday.
We've got a game on our hands. Straight to the top, let's go.
The Storm, ready to thunder back to their best.
Oh, yeah!
The Dolphins, fins up at Fortress Suncorp.
Scores a try.
Friday night footy, Dolphins, Storm.
Sam, yeah! We got it! Wow!
This program brought to you by Rawson Homes. You can be confident you'll build better together with Rawson Homes.
Coming up in NBN News, a violent night in Alice Springs. Police cars set on fire and rocks hurled at police after the arrest of a 5-year-old girl's alleged killer. Police charge a man who allegedly stole more than 900 litres of diesel from a service station in Sydney. Prominent surgeon and partner of former Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk, Dr Reza Adib, charged with 3 counts of rape. And a Jesse Southwell field goal seals a Blues win in Newcastle. The details next. Tonight, violence flares in Alice Springs following the arrest of a man accused of killing a 5-year-old girl. The long-time partner of former Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk charged with rape. More diesel and jet fuel inbound. Positive news on the nation's supply front. Mission accomplished, the Blues win Origin 1, breaking their Hunter hoodoo. And the sporting coups keep coming, with Newcastle again set to play host to the Tillies.
This is NBN News with Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. A night of anger and violence in Alice Springs has been described as absolute anarchy. Police and paramedics were injured in riots sparked by the arrest of a man accused of killing a 5-year-old girl. And a warning for Indigenous viewers, this report contains images of a deceased person.
Disorder. Destruction. And all-out chaos. This is anger escalating at boiling point outside the Alice Springs Hospital. Inside, Jefferson Lewis, the man suspected of abducting and killing 5-year-old girl Kumanjai Little Baby. Hundreds rioting, trying to inflict their own justice. met by the full force of Northern Territory Police. Rubber bullets and tear gas deployed to quell the chaos, all sparked by the arrest of the man police have been hunting for 5 days.
Drop the shoot him!
That arrest in a town camp. Police found him lying, beaten in the dirt.
Members of that town camp decided to inflict vigilante justice upon Jefferson, and we received numerous phone calls saying he was in the process of being assaulted.
Yesterday, the 5-year-old's body was found, a day of grief that when night fell turned even darker.
To go from being distraught and bereft, now having to deal with probably one of the biggest riots we've seen in Alice Springs ever, it's crazy. It's really inexplicable.
Lewis's transfer to the Alice Springs Hospital is what caused this violence.
We saw police, fireys and ambulances attacked.
Deemed too dangerous for him and those emergency service workers, the suspected killer was transferred to Darwin. He's still there, out of hospital and in the hands of police.
The behaviour that we saw last night cannot be explained away, excused or accepted.
And as the crowds cleared and the sun rose, the signs of violence were everywhere. Glass smashed and shelves toppled at the service station across the road, a bin still smoking.
When we woke up this morning, it looked like a cyclone had gone through the place.
But it's more than a clean-up left behind. Today, a collective plea for peace.
I just call for calm across the community today. We've seen incredible support and cohesion across the Alice Springs community in the last 5 days.
And that hard work was undone last night by some people who were very angry with the systems.
From the Prime Minister.
And we want to see the community come together, but we certainly understand people's anger and frustration.
And Kumanjai's family. It is now time for Sorry Business to show respect for our family and have space for grieving and remembering. If you need to come join Sorry Business, that's fine, but just come for that. And Alice Springs locals are a memorial growing at the gates of the camp she went missing from to remember this little lady.
We need to let the family mourn, not create more sadness and angst in our minds and our souls.
And the community embodied that sense of calm today. More now from reporter Samantha Hogan.
Behind me, tributes are growing outside the community camp where police say Kumanjai was taken nearly a week ago. And as the Alice Springs community wait for Jefferson Lewis to be charged, there's been a quiet sense of reflection across this town as the community grapples with the pain of this profound loss.
The long-term partner of former Queensland Premier Natasha Beyersdorf is tonight accused of serious sexual crimes. Reza Adib has been charged with rape over an alleged incident at his Gold Coast apartment, while the former Premier is in the midst of a national book tour.
Dr Reza Hadib entering Southport Police Station with his lawyer, just over an hour later emerging an accused rapist.
Dr Adib, did you rape somebody?
As the partner of Queensland's longest-serving Premier, the 65-year-old is accustomed to the spotlight, but absolutely not like this.
Is there anything you would like to say about these charges against you?
The Brisbane bariatric surgeon charged with 3 counts of rape, 1 count of sexual assault and 2 counts of deprivation of liberty. While her partner of nearly 5 years was inside the station being questioned by police, Natasha Beyersdorf posted on her Instagram, saying she is grateful to everyone on the Gold Coast who came along last night. The 56-year-old hosting a Q&A on her new book, hours after news of the investigation broke.
Will you still be showing your support towards him, considering the current police investigation?
Well, I'm not aware of any of that, so I can't comment.
Emerging from Robina Library, looking tense.
Excuse me?
Is there any comment you want to make at all, Anastasia?
No.
Natasha Beyersdorf and Reza Hadib have been together since 2021. He became a fixture at social gatherings and red carpets, even by her side during a high-level Olympics meeting in 2022, attended by members of the IOC. He's mentioned 21 times in her new memoir, the former Premier speaking about their meeting at Stradbroke Race Day. Reza and I had a lot in common, and we got along really well right from the start. She calls him a beautiful, loving partner who has been such a support. Ms Palaszczuk sitting down with the Current Affairs' Ali Langdon earlier this week.
When you're the Premier of a state and you're female, how do you have a private life?
Well,
how do you date?
Well, I was very lucky I met Reza. So I had decided that I was just going to be single, and I was devoting all of my, 7 days a week to my job, to my family, and I was very fortunate to meet Reza. It is happiness.
Yeah,
I am happy.
Tonight, Reza Adib is on bail, arriving back at his Brisbane home late this afternoon. The woman who led Queensland for close to a decade, entering a challenging new chapter.
Jessica Millward, NBN News.
At least 6 Australians are set to be dumped on the Greek island of Crete after being detained by the Israeli Defence Force. Part of a global flotilla trying to reach Gaza, their vessels were intercepted in international waters yesterday. 3 hunter activists, including climate protester Zach Schofield and university student Ethan Floyd, among those detained. There are concerns for a 62-year-old Australian woman reported missing in a Canadian national park. Authorities are scouring the coast of Cape Breton Island for Denise Ann Williams. It's 2 weeks since she last contacted loved ones. Manipulative and selfish, that's how a judge today described a former Hunter teacher as she was jailed for having sex with a teenage student. Carly Ray sobbed and even yelled out in court as she learnt her fate.
She may have been out of sight, but there was no hiding for Carly Ray today.
Yeah, it's pretty disgraceful.
As the former teacher was jailed for having sex with a student. She was 36, he was just 15. Today, the prosecution argued Ray deliberately fostered a relationship with the victim, having selected him, and it didn't come about opportunistically or accidentally. Ray was a special education teacher at Belmont High at the time, but never taught the victim. During sentencing, the court heard Ray had sought out the boy on social media, and they organised to meet in October 2024. After their messages were discovered later that month, Ray was arrested and charged. While on bail, she posted this on a website. I'd never met, seen or known the alleged victim from school. Our only encounter was a fleeting moment in the dark of night, and the brief exchange left little impression on me. 3 months later, she breached an AVO by calling the victim 5 times and told him to tell police he was 16 at the time of the offence, which he refused. Ray's defence team argued she was suffering mania at the time, which increased her libido and impaired her judgment. Ultimately, the judge found Ray had shown no genuine remorse for her actions and that she even blamed the victim for causing her problems, labelling her manipulative, self-serving and selfish. Ray broke down and her supporters yelled out in court as she was jailed for at least 2 years. She'll remain behind bars until December next year. Tyson Cottrell, NBN News.
Federal police have charged a man after he allegedly made death threats against parliamentarians in March. Officers say they seized an electronic device during a search warrant at Bellingen near Coffs Harbour on Wednesday after investigations linked online posts to a 45-year-old man. He's been charged with 6 offences and will face court on May 13. A new 8-storey student accommodation building has been greenlit for the University of Newcastle's Callaghan campus, set to deliver 450 beds. There'll be a mix of studio apartments, accessible studios and 6-bedroom apartments. It'll also include common areas like a games room, a mini cinema and dining area. Construction's expected to start later this year, with students moving in late 2028. Cessnock Council has a new general manager, with Natalia Cowley taking up the position following the resignation of Ken Liddell last June. Ms Cowley has been GM of Moree Plains Shire Council for the past 12 months and has previously held executive roles at Coffs Harbour, Central Coast and Muswellbrook councils. She'll start at Cessnock on June 29. Port Stephens Council has greenlit part of a plan that's set to see hundreds of new homes built in the Raymond Terrace area. Community groups have welcomed the move, but still have some concerns about the possible impact on koala populations.
Prime Port Stephens land earmarked for homes for hundreds of families in a matter of years. Port Stephens Council giving developer McCloy Group the nod to create a 225-lot housing estate on New Line Road near Raymond Terrace.
It's an absolute necessity. We know that the Port Stephens population is anticipated to grow by about 20,000 people over the next 20 years.
The lots add to the 100 already given the green light in what will become Monarch's Rise Estate, part of a broader project at Kings Hill yet to be approved. Into account.
Preserving 71 hectares for conservation, planting an additional 2,500 native trees. They're all the things that we all sat down and collectively agreed on.
Community group Eco Network Port Stephens telling NBN News most of its concerns have been addressed and it congratulates Port Stephens Council, adding its main concern now stems with the links Monarch's Rise has with the larger Kings Hill urban release area and where the council has put in place sufficient habitat corridors for koalas. Plans for 2 other stages of the project are expected to go on public exhibition soon.
What you can expect to see is the delivery of 800 homes here over the next probably 7 to 8 years.
Jessica Warboys, NBN News.
Work has begun on a new refuge at Lake Macquarie for women and children escaping domestic and family violence. The state government has invested $5.9 million in the project, being delivered by Housing Plus and Jenny's Place. The refuge will feature 9 self-contained units, a mix of studios and 1, 2 and 3 bedroom homes, with at least 1 unit being wheelchair accessible. The facility will also be pet friendly. A game changer for people using Max McMahon Oval at Rutherford with the opening of a $3.1 million new amenities building. Largely funded by the federal government with contributions from Maitland Council, it features 4 unisex change rooms, public amenities, a canteen, plus first aid and referees rooms. There's also new tiered seating for spectators. It's a welcome boost for local sporting groups, including the Maitland Saints AFL Club and Western Suburbs Cricket Club. Beautiful conditions today. Let's take a quick look at the top temperatures. It hit 25 degrees at Gosford, Lake Macquarie today, 24, 25 at Newcastle and up to 25 in the Valley. You're watching NBN News. Still ahead, a man accused of stealing more than 900 litres of diesel in a matter of minutes. The King and Queen wrap up their US visit with a surprise trade deal. And the big rig out of Newcastle that marks another milestone in the shift to renewables.
Don't let your daily strides slow you down. New Caltrate Bone, Muscle and Joint is formulated to support not only your bone strength, but your muscle function and healthy joints that work together to support your everyday moves. Keep moving with Caltrate. Everyday life doesn't have to be every day at all. The Isuzu MU-X SUV is equal parts style and safety. Love how you live in the Isuzu MU-X.
At Qantas, we have a long-standing commitment to those who help regional Australian communities thrive. Through Qantas Regional Grants, we'd love to help you take your project to new heights. Apply at qantas.com/regional grants by May 10.
Should we tell them that Subway's got sweet deals?
No! That swing it left actually means swing it right.
Nah.
Subway Value Snack Range from $2.70.
Sub, yeah.
You want me to do it?
Maybe we'll use the sign for the highway. We're driving in circles.
How did we get back here?
How do you think they're going to react when we tell them they can't leave?
These woods are not safe after dark.
Safe from what?
They're coming.
You get these people home, Sheriff?
Do everything I can.
Is stress and mild anxiety ruling your life and making it impossible to sleep or even to focus? Stress isn't just in your head, it starts in your gut. Introducing Caruso's Anxiety Ease Probiotic. Caruso's Anxiety Ease Probiotic relieves symptoms of stress, mild anxiety and sleeplessness. It also supports focus and maintains energy levels. If you're tired of letting stress rule your life, try Caruso's Anxiety Ease Probiotic today from leading pharmacies and health stores.
Get into Kia for incredible value. The hybrid Sportage from just $44,490 drive away, and the mild hybrid Stonic now from just $29,990 drive away. See a local Kia dealer now.
Kia, movement that inspires.
The plush sofa sale is on now, with up to 50% off selected leather and fabric sofas, recliners and armchairs. Save up to 50% off at the plush sofa sale, on now.
Think sofas, think plush.
Running empty's a bit of a pain. At Origin, we're helping you keep your LPG topped up with simple orders through our app. That's all kinds of useful.
Intel Core Ultra X Series 3. More battery life, more performance, more AAA games, all in a laptop this thin. Work, play, create, like never before. The all-new Intel Core Ultra Series 3 processors, now at Harvey Norman.
The scale of fraud in the National Disability Insurance Scheme has been laid bare, with experts also revealing the extent of investigations to catch the culprits. International crime gangs, coercion and kickbacks, all part of a multi-billion-dollar rip-off of the scheme.
Police, search for it! Fraudsters and scammers of the NDIS are being picked off by authorities with increasing tempo as the scale of criminal activity becomes better understood.
Cartels targeting Australia.
Ongoing and repetitive duplicate claiming.
Kickbacks.
Collusion is probably the best way to describe it.
These crime busters in suits uncovering disability fraud at a massive scale, finding that of the $45 billion spent on the NDIS, more than 8%, or about $3.6 billion, is defrauded from overcharging, false claims, non-existent services. At least 65% of plan managers displaying traces of fraud.
It's really taking advantage of very, very vulnerable people.
It is clear that the NDIS has become a soft target for crooks.
Some scams are relatively small, as 9 News can reveal. One NDIS participant legitimately charged more than $2,300 for a major house clean, only to be billed 3 times more over the next month and a half, losing about $7,000. Jim's Cleaning apologised, repaid the money, sacked the contractor responsible and introduced safeguards to avoid a repeat. No charges were laid. A parliamentary committee hearing some NDIS participants had come out of prison, placed in boarding houses where their NDIS packages were harvested. Costs and clamping down on rampant fraud has never been so important.
You do not belong in the NDIS. You belong in prison, and we are coming for you.
Andrew Probyn, NBN News.
There's more promising news tonight regarding the nation's fuel supplies. Federal politics reporter Conor McGovern has the details.
100 million litres of jet fuel, or about 4 days' worth of our national needs, is bound for Australia, plus another 50 million litres of diesel, all to help keep the economy ticking over. These 3 new cargoes will complement regular supply coming in, like this tanker arriving at Sydney Harbour today. The additional deliveries coming from Asia and underwritten by taxpayer dollars.
More shipments are expected under these agreements in the coming days and weeks, and we'll continue to make announcements, but our focus is unashamedly about fuel security.
That jet fuel isn't for commercial flights, rather to keep FIFO workers in mining states moving. So as the fuel crunch continues to bite airlines, Qantas and Jetstar are trimming services, both carriers cutting the number of domestic flights until September. International routes are wound back too.
More than 900 litres of fuel allegedly stolen in just a few minutes. Now the suspect is set to face court. Police allege this driver filled drums with diesel worth nearly $3,000 before leaving a Sydney service station earlier this month. The 22-year-old man's been charged and will appear in court next month. Another milestone in the move towards renewables, with the first oversized, overmass shipment completed from the Port of Newcastle to a Central West wind farm. The 100-tonne turbine tower parts travelled from Newcastle to Uwangala, marking the first use of the Port to Renewable Energy Zone route to move such items. The state government has put forward millions of dollars to upgrade roads for future deliveries, with 700 expected over 12 months. Marine Rescue has launched its May Day fundraising campaign, hoping the community will answer its call this month with vital donations. The Services Commissioner says while the state government does provide financial support, Marine Rescue also relies on assistance from people to ensure volunteers are rescue ready. Donations can be made via the Marine Rescue New South Wales website. Coming up next, a driver learns his fate for a hit and run at Lake Macquarie, which left a man badly injured. The new campaign spreading an important winter safety message, and history under the hammer. Thousands of pieces of Timbertown go up for sale.
Score a 50-cent Macca's soft serve cone, a $2 hamburger, or frozen drinks from $1. The Loose Change menu from 50 cents.
We don't like to boast. I'm so sorry. But BritBox just keeps getting better. Sorry, what? More new exclusive mysteries, comedies, dramas and documentaries with new monthly premieres.
Sorry.
And more of your favourites to stream before anywhere else.
Yes, sorry about that. I'm sorry.
We do go on.
Bit awkward, really.
But frankly, we're quite good at this. The ultimate collection of British telly. BritBox. Watch with a free trial now.
Hey, Narelle, what's the opposite of a wrong'un? Saving $315 is what? Just ask UE customer Matt.
That's right, Ed. I switched to UE and I saved $315 on my car insurance.
$315? How's that?
Don't know, I just called them.
Must have been bowled over. Narelle, look out. This is my mystery ball. Oh, goodness. Oh, whoa, she's out. Shove around, try UE. Good. It's still in mid-camera.
UE, you insured.
I was about to leave work and it came to me. Right on time. Kick the sensor, bags in. Dirty boots in the front, mission complete.
He was late.
The Plush Sofa Sale is on now, with up to 50% off selected leather and fabric sofas, recliners and armchairs. Save up to 50% off at the Plush Sofa Sale, on now.
Think sofas, think Plush.
The Caravan Camping Holiday Super Show is on now at Rosehill Gardens Racecourse. Check out thousands of products and find out what's new. Hurry, show ends this Sunday. Tickets and information at supershow.com.au.
Oh, nice! Every new Rawson home is built with a team of experts, guiding you every step of the way.
So they take you under their wing? Huh?
Built better together with Rawson Homes.
Home comforts are in at Myer, with 50% off a great range of tableware, cookware, bed linen and more. And don't forget, Myer One members can earn credits on every purchase. Conditions apply.
Myer, my store.
Northern New South Wales football premier competitions are back. Catch a match live at a ground or live on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel this weekend. Details at northernnewsouthwalesfootball.com.au.
The passion, that satisfaction, you can feel the excitement when we talk about tiles.
A fair price and treat everybody exactly the same.
Tiles for your walls, tiles for your floor, save more at Tile Warehouse.
A man's been jailed for running over a person at Lake Macquarie. Salusi Soaiga was drunk and unlicensed when he hit the 36-year-old who was lying on the road at Cardiff. Soaiga then drove off running a red light. The 25-year-old had consumed 14.5 beers over 7 hours leading up to the incident in January last year. Today he was jailed for at least 2.5 years and could be released in July 2027. The King and Queen have wrapped up their state visit to the US, leaving a lasting impression on everyday Americans and the President. The monarch achieving his main objective of smoothing over relations between the two nations, even departing with the surprise trade deal.
Rural America turning a royal shade of red, white and blue.
Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah!
This is Front Royal, a tiny town with a name fit for a king. And today, that's exactly who arrived. Charles and Queen Camilla attending a block party to celebrate America's birthday. In this sleepy corner of Virginia, the Secret Service and police barricading streets.
Waiting in a line that stretches right down the block and around the main street.
Residents arriving from dawn, queuing for more than 1.5 kilometres to claim prime positions parade side.
It looks as though every member of this 15,000 person town has turned out to get a glimpse of the King and the Queen.
I'm just hoping for like a little wave from them.
Even a token Aussie.
Mate, you've got a West Coast Eagles t-shirt on and an Australian flag up there. Tell us why you repping the Aussie merch of here of all places.
Well, as an Australian citizen and an American citizen, I thought as a common person of the Commonwealth, it'd be good to represent that.
The wait worth it as the royals rolled into town. From handshakes to hamburgers, boot scooting and barnyard animals. This is as close as the King and Queen have come to the real America after a diplomatic mission to strengthen the two nations' ties. From the President, a surprise parting gift, Donald Trump cutting tariffs on Scottish whisky.
I did it in honour of the King and Queen.
With no time for cheers, it was cheerio from Charles, now on a solo trip to Bermuda. In Washington DC, Lily Greer, NBN News.
Iran's new supreme leader has broken his public silence, vowing to protect his country's nuclear and missile capabilities. In a statement read out on state television, Mojtaba Khamenei said a new chapter is being written in the Middle East. The leader also claiming the only place Americans belong in the Persian Gulf is at the bottom of its waters. The UK's terror threat level has been raised to severe after 2 Jewish men were stabbed in London. It means an attack is considered highly likely in the next 6 months. A 45-year-old man has now been charged over the stabbing rampage. Britain's PM has visited the scene, vowing to tackle anti-Semitic extremism, but was heckled by members of the public. A bad day on the job for a trainee bus driver in Paris, his vehicle ending up in the Seine after hitting a parked car. Authorities rescued 4 people caught up in the crash before pulling the bus out of the river. Finance now, and big profits continue for Australia's supermarkets and banks amid the pressure facing households. Chris Kohler has the details.
It can't be all bad. I mean, it was an ugly week, but there had to be some winners on the market, right? Well, there were. No surprise to see energy stocks like Karoon and Woodside do well. Petrol station Ampol enjoyed a strong rise this week as drivers lined up to get their fill, and shares in defence company Drone Shield also rose because wars are fought with drones now. Then there were the losers, and it was broad falls for many big companies this week. Qantas fell 10% amid the flight disruptions, and mining companies, including BHP, also came off the boil. The Australian dollar is higher tonight, but has also given up ground this week. It's buying 70 US cents and 60 euro cents.
Check your bleeping smoke alarm. That's the message from the Minns government and Fire and Rescue, 20 years to the day since smoke alarm legislation first took effect. The new campaign is urging people to check the batteries and installation of their alarms, aiming to reduce risks ahead of the winter fire season.
A smoke alarm can save lives. There's no ifs, there's no buts about that. So please, check these alarms. It'll make a difference.
Firefighters also plan to carry out 1,500 free inspections every month as part of the initiative. It was all aboard for Timbertown today with the start of an auction of the Warhope theme park's treasures, attracting thousands of bidders. 12,000 items are up for grabs over 3 days as an era comes to an end.
Full steam ahead, bid after bid.
Going once, going twice, sold.
For the items that helped make Timbertown an icon for almost 50 years before it closed in January.
It's absolutely wonderful, wonderful. And I brought my kids here, and I mean, we're looking at about 40 years ago, of course.
From machinery to locomotive parts, 12,000 all up, some dating back to the 1700s. A bittersweet moment for Timbertown owner David Waite.
I'm really happy that all these goods are going to go to lovely new homes and people with new dreams for them.
The auction has attracted close to 5,000 registered bidders, many vying for the goods online.
What item are you interested in?
Just an antique drill. The auction started at 9 this morning and some lots have already really blown me away. It obviously it only takes 2 people that really want a hotly contested item and up it goes.
Buyers digging deep. This bell sold for more than $6,000.
1873 church bell, that went. That's a gobsmacker, that one. So I can just imagine what it's going to be all worth at the end of the auction.
But drawing the most interest.
Well, I think the biggest ticket item without a doubt will be the steam wagon. But the locomotives, I think, will be the underdogs that will probably come out and surprise me tomorrow.
Timbertown owners expect to clear all items during the 3-day auction, but say anything that doesn't sell will be donated to local historical societies.
But as the beloved tourist attraction is sold and fades away, the memories of those who visited will remain.
I brought my kids here, we've seen the blacksmiths, the bullock team.
Kendra Jewell, NBN News.
So many memories. Time for sport now with Montanna Clare. And Tan, the women's Blues, well, they're off to a winning start.
Good evening, Tash. Yes, they got the job done in Newcastle, but it went right down to the wire. The Hunters' Jessie Southwell playing a big part in the Blues' victory. Hear from her next. Plus, the Matildas and Mexico bound for McDonald Jones Stadium. And we're live as the Jets celebrate their stellar season.
Open the door to the Volkswagen you've always wanted, with huge savings across a range of models until June 30.
Volkswagen. New herbal essences. Feel yourself escape into nature. Real rose essence. No silicons. Deeply nourishes for up to 100% more petal soft hair. You can't resist. Escape with new herbal essences.
More New South Wales drivers choose NRMA car insurance because they trust us to help. From moving days to holidays. Join Australia's most trusted insurance brand, NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Obesity is actually a chronic and complex disease that is multifactorial.
Multifactorial means one approach was never going to work.
Obesity as a disease is often grossly oversimplified.
Genetics play a role, yet we've been oversimplifying it. Up to 80% of obesity is linked to genetics. So why do we still think it's only about willpower? Might be time to talk to a doctor. We won't wait. Will you?
Dream Home Art Union Draw 432 is Australia's biggest ever prize home lottery. A staggering $15.5 million Sunshine Coast Kingdom. This is your chance to own an entire complex of 4 luxury apartments overlooking Kings Beach and $250,000 in gold included. Support veterans and families with just $10 tickets. Search Dream Home Art Union today.
Domino's Mega Topped has dropped. Get 50% more of the toppings you love for just $2 extra on your favourite Hawaiian, barbecue sausage and onion, Godfather or ham and cheese pizza. Make it Mega Topped, only $2 extra at Domino's.
Aussie farmers are the best in the business. They're hardworking, resourceful, and they're bloody good at what they do. You need gear that works, and that's why Webster's vaccines are developed specifically for our tough conditions. Choose the unique 5-in-1 B12 combo or the 7-in-1. Most of the range stays effective for 50 days after opening, giving you the flexibility you need. Webster's vaccines, made for Australian sheep and cattle and the farmers that look after them. Available now at all leading rural stores. Another fine-looking specimen.
The Nick Scali Lounge sale is on now, with up to 40% off leather and fabric lounges for every kind of home. That's affordable design for everyone. The Lounge sale. On now at Nick Scali.
Go Harvey Norman for something special this Mother's Day. Save $250 on the amazing Dyson Airstream. Treat Mum to a stylish KitchenAid Artisan stand mixer. Save $1,000 on the Mova Ultra Roller Robotic Vacuum and Mop. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
The Blues women are off to a winning start in their Origin title defence, beating the Maroons 11-6 in Newcastle. It was the Hunters' Jessie Southwell who helped break her hometown hoodoo, getting the hosts in front late in the game. 6-6 with 7 minutes to go. Clutch moments don't come much bigger.
Steadies, kicks, and she's nailed it. Straight down the middle, Jessie Southwell.
Still scarred by the Maroons' field goal win 2 years ago, Jessie Southwell was relieved to boot her own.
I missed one before, which I'm not happy with, but no, it was good to get it over. That 1 point makes a really big difference mentally for the other team. I know I've been on the other hand of it.
The Blues then putting the result beyond doubt right at the death.
New South Wales are going to take a 1-0 lead in the series. Jubilation for the Blues.
New South Wales breaking its Hunter hoodoo 11-6. Newcastle's own finally soaking up an Origin win at home.
Amazing. I feel like I said it before, we always start really strong in game one, so I'm so happy we were able to get the win here on home turf in my home as well.
The night skipper's gritty performance earning her player of the match.
I must have got boost for effort.
While Olivia Higgins played her first Origin minutes since 2024.
That was definitely one of the fastest games I've played.
Earlier in the piece, the Maroons looked dangerous.
Big charge from Natasha Beyersdorf. She got the ball down. I think she has.
Leading for majority of the game while their skipper was firing.
Tamika Upton beating just about every Blues player to go into New South Wales territory.
What was the key for you guys shutting her down tonight?
Oh, she's the best player in the world and got a good friend on me in the game, so that one annoys me, but she's such a talented player and there's so many talented players on that Queensland side.
The Blues giving themselves homework before the series shifts into enemy territory.
We need to polish a few things. I know that the girls have more to give than that, but, you know, a win's a win at the end of the day.
Ivan Cleary and Trent Robinson have called on the NRL to step in and help the Perth Bears as they struggle to attract marquee players. The rival coaches united in their sympathy for the expansion club and confident their clubs won't be raided by the PNG Chiefs.
From one of the men who knows Jerome Luai best, the stamp of approval on his decision to become a chief.
It's classic Romy, really, the big reveal, and I just think it's a really courageous decision by him.
If Luai's courage convinces some off-contract Panthers to follow suit, Cleary is ready.
6 months' time, that's a long time. A week's a long time, rugby league. We've lost players that we've wanted to keep for many, many years. Just part of what happens when you're successful. It'll work itself out. I'm really confident about that.
Cleary pushing back at Isaiah, also not concerned about the Chiefs raiding his chook pen.
If you've got a really good club, then you'll ride the wave of new teams coming in and all of that.
What two of the game's savviest thinkers are worried about is the Perth Bears and their inability to sign marquee players, urging the NRL to provide assistance.
When you forge your way into new frontiers, you need to create some momentum, and they're coming in next year, and I think more assistance than what the incumbent clubs have got would have been of benefit.
Expansion, you want it to work, not fail. So if the NRL feels like that's the right thing to do to expand our competition, then everyone's got to accept that, we've got to sort of help out in that regard.
Luai's Tigers halves partner Adam Dewey was sent to front the cameras at Concord today, adamant the playing group has moved on.
Jerome's here for the next 18 months and he's here this week, and if we choose it to derail the season, then that's on us.
And it appears the club has too, letting Terrell and Taylor May release a social media video confirming they've both extended until the end of 2030.
Let's go.
Nicole Dunn, NBN News.
Canberra's Ricky Stewart has expressed his support for friend Craig Bellamy following revelations the Storm coach has been diagnosed with a form of neurodegenerative disorder.
I spoke to Craig about 3 or 4 weeks ago about the situation, and it's sad, but I know he's getting very good advice. He's got good people around him up in Melbourne. He's got a beautiful family, so I think it's now time for Craig to really care about Craig and put himself first.
The good news is Bellamy will be back in the coach's box tonight as the Storm take on the Dolphins. James Bracey and Jonathan Thurston filed this preview.
Well, crunch game here at Suncorp Stadium tonight. Jonathan Thurston here to look ahead to it. Hello, JT.
G'day, Brace.
An emotion-charged week for the Storm. Obviously, the news surrounding Craig Bellamy, their coach, and his health condition, and this all in the midst of trying to snap a 6-game losing run tonight.
Yeah, the leaders certainly need to step up tonight against the Dolphins. Unfortunate news for the Melbourne Storm, but like I said, the leaders really need to stand up and get their season back on track. This is the worst start to a season they've had since 2001, I think it was. So, big game ahead of them.
They take on a Dolphins side who seem equally desperate at the moment. So much pre-season hype, JT, and just haven't been able to live up to it of late.
No, they haven't. They were the number one attacking team in the comp last year, and they're still trying to find that form. I think if they can hold the ball and string a few sets together, they can score points from anywhere, but they're still trying to find their form as well.
Who you got?
I'm going to go Melbourne Storm to bounce back on an emotional charged week.
Yep, tough one to pick this one tonight. Thank you, Jonathan. Looking forward to it as always. UE Friday Night Footy, you'll see it live and free on 9's Wide World of Sports.
The return of Hunter star Isaac Heaney from a calf injury will give the ladder-leading Swans an added boost on Sunday in their top-four clash with Melbourne.
Which is really good. He was really close last week. Just got a little bit tight, and our philosophy around that is to make sure that the player's right.
And Collingwood and Hawthorn have played out the first draw of the AFL season. Dylan Moore's goal after the final siren, levelling the scores at 93 apiece. Another coup for women's sport in Newcastle, with the city to host a Matildas v Mexico clash on June 6. It'll be the first stop in a 2-game series as our national team looks to next year's Women's World Cup. More than 28,000 fans packed into McDonald Jones Stadium to see them win last April.
And she drills the ball home.
Now the Chillies are set to return.
There's no better place to have it in the Hunter region, and it was by design picking this stadium, and a beautiful football stadium as well.
Righto, crowd right in, tilt your hats back.
Newcastle selected to host the first of a 2-game friendly series between Australia and Mexico in June.
The growth of Mexican football, they've got a very strong league. They're producing some very, very talented young players.
It'll be the Matildas' first game on home soil since the Asian Cup as they prepare for the 2027 World Cup in Brazil.
They're emotional teams. They love playing for their country, and their challenges we're going to face in the World Cup.
A homecoming too for Dudley Redhead Jr. Emily Van Egmond, now Australia's most capped footballer.
I've always admired her style of football, her football knowledge, even just as a person. She's fantastic around the group, and what she's given to the national team is something really, really special.
While Sam Kerr was on the sidelines for the friendly against Korea in 2025, coach Joe Montemuro today assured fans she'll be in Newcastle in June.
We've said it all along, is to stabilise a squad going forward, and Sam's a big part of that, and all being good that she's fit and everything, we expect to see Sam here.
Game 2 will be in Sydney 3 days later. 2 trophies and counting. The Jets have plenty to celebrate at the club's awards night at Newcastle City Hall. Daney Geddes is there for us. Daney, the players and their partners have arrived.
They certainly have, Tan. The footy boots are off and suits are on as the Jets mark a massive season. The club has claimed its first Australia Cup and Premier's Plate and is preparing for their first men's finals campaign. While for the women, star striker Melina Ayres leads a powerhouse pack that includes Natasha Pryor, Kelly Brown and keeper Ed Elite. But make no mistake, the Jets still have their eyes on the prize.
Yeah, we've got training tomorrow, so boys will be timid. They'll have a good night, and then we prepare for tomorrow, and then we'll go again next week.
10 will have a full wrap of the winners in tomorrow night's bulletin.
Good on you, Daney. Thank you so much. Well, after the break, the late mail ahead of Super Rugby's clash of the Code Hoppers.
Oh, EV3, car of the year. Just get in the...
Start charging.
Of course, you just do it automatically. Show off.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Running empty's a bit of a pain. At Origin, we're helping you keep your LPG topped up with simple orders through our app. That's all kinds of useful.
At Qantas, we have a long-standing commitment
to those who help regional Australian communities thrive. Through Qantas Regional Grants, we'd love to help you take your project to new heights. Apply at qantas.com/regional grants by May 10.
At HCF, we're not for profit. So what are we for? Well, we're not for paying out profits. We are for giving profits back to our members in benefits. So you get more. And you get more. You get more. And so do you.
You can see lots of stars in Cobden, Western Victoria, the home of Western Star, where for over 95 years we've created not just butter, but a star. Western Star. More than butter.
The Nick Scali Lounge sale is on now, with up to 40% off leather and fabric lounges for every kind of home. That's affordable design for everyone. The Lounge sale. On now at Nick Scali.
Don't let your daily strides slow you down. New Caltrate Bone, Muscle and Joint is formulated to support not only your bone strength, but your muscle function and healthy joints that work together to support your everyday moves. Keep moving with Caltrate.
What's on for the weekend? Got much planned? Those of us who do, well, on Monday, we'll have a story to tell. We won't just let time go by. We'll make the most of what's ours. Because a weekend well spent is a weekend conquered. And that's best done in a Ford Everest.
Three reasons people love their Bellissimo mattress.
Double-sided. My mattress stays comfortable and lasts longer because I can sleep on both sides.
Microcoil. With 4,000 springs to increase air circulation, it's more hygienic, cooler, has reduced body impressions and less partner disturbance.
5-year comfort promise. My Bellissimo can be reconstructed to create a softer or firmer feel within 5 years for free.
Making mattresses. Nobody makes a better mattress. Nobody.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop in store and online. Best brands, best range, best prices.
Former Origin teammates Joseph Suoli'i and Zach Lomax face off in Super Rugby tonight as the Waratahs desperately try to keep their finals hopes alive. Michael Atkinson and Justin Harrison have the latest from Allianz Stadium.
A do-or-die clash in round 12 of Super Rugby Pacific tonight at Allianz Stadium. Justin Harrison, the New South Wales Waratahs, the Western Force. It's pretty simple. Winner keeps finals hopes alive. Loser, it's pretty much done tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you approach these games, you're worried about the result. I don't think the teams tonight are going to be worried about the result. They're going to be laser focused on the importance of the performance.
Now, look, you love your food. If the match is the steak, right? Here's the sizzle. Joseph Suoli'i up against Zach Lomax. Two NRL converts. We know they're good mates, but there'll be no love lost tonight, right?
Yeah, well, look, it's appetising and in anticipation when you read that matchup. It's everything you want to see in a contest. You want to see two great athletes. But we know the nuance of rugby union means that so many other things need to go right before someone on the outside gets the ball, and that means forwards. Forward performance is paramount tonight. Western Force need to get it and give it to Lomax in constructive manner. Waratahs need to give it to Joseph Akusu Suoli'i in a very controlled manner because he's coming back from injury. He's going to be nervous. He's a great player, 21 years old. He's going to be nervous.
Mouth-watering match here at Allianz Stadium, round 12, Super Rugby Pacific. Kicks off 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time in your home rugby. Stan Sport.
Early success for Merewether surfer Morgan Siblick at the Gold Coast Pro. He took out his round 1 heat this morning with a combined wave score of 13.1. The 26-year-old faces former world champion Gabriel Medina in the second round. They might be celebrating tonight, but earlier today, the Jets found themselves in a different kind of striking masterclass. Players taking notes from boxer Nikita Zhu ahead of his bout at Newcastle Entertainment Centre on Wednesday.
The A-League premiers studying the craft of an Australian boxing champion.
I've always liked it as a little kid, so it's really special kind of to see Nikita do his thing, and obviously Costa over there as well, so yeah, I'm a little fanboy I guess today.
The Jets coming to box camp at Gateshead bearing gifts. Nikita Zoo only too happy to have them in his corner.
They've got a lot of success at the moment, and it's good to bring that kind of energy around. This is kind of like
Costa, brother Tim and Nikita. The family holds a flawless 13-0 record in the Hunter.
just knowing the history behind it, it's kind of like a home away from home.
The Jets confident this gloveman will get the job done.
I know he's going to walk away with the win, so yeah, a couple of us boys were there supporting.
Danny Geddes, NBN News.
The Knights under-17s will be chasing grand final redemption at Leichhardt Oval tomorrow. They take on the Roosters in the Harold Matthews Cup after falling short in last year's decider. It's been a huge season for the Knights' pathways, with 6 junior teams featuring in preliminary finals.
From watching them grow from when I was little, I think the club's in a really good place. The bond that we've created with SG Ball, with the Harold Matt squad, has been special.
The 17s were unbeaten through the regular season, but the Roosters are on a 4-game winning streak. When Lakes and Souths face off at Carl Oval tomorrow, it'll be about much more than just 2 competition points. The new RL sides joining forces off the field to raise money for Emma's Warriors.
A momentary truce between 2 proud clubs, all in support of a local charity that helps sick kids and their families.
It's just a good reminder that there's more to life than footy, and it's nice to be able to kind of give back to something.
Emma's Warriors was founded by Lakes stalwart Brendan Walsh after his daughter was diagnosed with an aggressive form of leukaemia in 2022.
There's no way we'd be where we are today without the help of many, many people, but Lakes United have been instrumental in the progress of the charity and have enabled the charity to be able to help well over 200 kids and their families.
Now 16, Emma's back at school 5 days a week and even working part-time.
She's recently got her L's, which is unreal and also a little scary as a dad, but yeah, she sets her mind to things and she generally ticks them off.
Emma's Warriors Day has become one of the biggest and most meaningful events on the new RL calendar.
Any chance we can give back to the communities around us.
You try and not let the emotions of the day get to you, but you can't help but use it as inspiration.
Lakes won't be in their traditional strip tomorrow. It's been ditched in favour of Emma's pink and gold. The jerseys will be auctioned off after the match, one of several fundraising activities as they aim to raise $60,000.
Food trucks there, we'll have a merchandise stand, we've got celebrity visits coming, Phoenix Crossland from the Knights, Dylan Brown, Sandon Smith, we've got a couple of NRLW stars.
Jack Marnie, NBN News.
Tash, always such a good day. Hopefully they can get a great crowd down there.
Oh, they will. They've got so much support. Absolutely. And very worthwhile charity indeed. Thank you, Tan. Stay with us. We'll take a look at the weekend weather details right after the break.
Troubles brewing in Australia's most beautiful street. Hordes of tourists driving locals loco. The price of Insta-worthiness. Tonight at 7.
The Nick Scali Lounge Sale is on now, with up to 40% off in fabric lounges for every kind of home. That's affordable design for everyone. The Lounge Sale. On now at Nick Scali.
Take your MC in your eye then.
Yeah, she has.
Great.
Eye conditions can be a little, well, alarming. That's why at Specsavers, we're here to help you get the treatment you need. Should have gone to Daddy's Icky Eye Savers.
Tired of doing it the hard way? 5 days of delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for just $99 with your first delivery. And if you don't love it, get your money back. Lose weight, lighten.
Lazy Boy, world famous comfort. The autumn sale is here with up to 40% off all Lazy Boy. Save big on the Dallas Power Recliner. The Harbour Town Recliner is now $9.99. Don't miss these store-wide savings. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
Introducing Macca's Korean Barbecue Dunk Range.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
When you get to our vintage, health and well-being looks less like this and much more like this. Make the most of your health in the way you want and let your well-being flourish at Glengara.
At Tank World, we keep it Australian. We're proudly Australian-owned, and now you can save $500 on our 23,650-litre tank from only $28.85. Keep it Australian. Tank World, owned by Australians, made for Australians. 1-800-68-69-70.
Go Harvey Norman, proudly supporting Australian-made. Hurry in for great deals on our exclusive range of Australian-made fabric and leather lounges, dining tables and chairs, coffee tables, entertainment units and more. All proudly made in Australia. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
Won't you please, please help me.
We've helped Australians for 100 years. Now we're helping protect and prepare them for the next 100.
It's been another superb day across the Hunter and Central Coast with blue skies and mild to warm temperatures. A large high-pressure system in the Tasman Sea continues to drive scattered low-level cloud and showers across coastal areas of Queensland and northeastern New South Wales. On the other side of the country, clouded onshore winds. Southern parts of the country, meanwhile, will experience showers and strong winds as a low intensifies in the Bight. Mostly fine today for the Hunter and Central Coast, just a medium chance of showers along the coastal fringe early morning. We've also got a thunderstorm possible along the coast. Light winds becoming moderate east-northeasterly by the middle of the day. Top temperatures, well, they're getting up into the mid-20s once again. At Gosford, 25 past 2. The outlook for Newcastle Sundays looking mostly sunny, slightly warmer on Monday. At Scone, mostly dry conditions. Temperatures, well, they're looking pretty high again. A fairly warm day for Monday, at least 28 on the way. At Gosford, mid-20s for the next couple of days.
Hello, I'm Deb Knight. Welcome to A Current Affair. Tonight, no, but not everyone's happy with the hordes it's attracting.
You don't like the tourists?
Nah, it's a nice little town, so.
First, what should have been a week to remember for former Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk has turned into one to forget. She sat down with Ali on Monday to launch her memoir, speaking lovingly of her.
Anastasia, was there anything you wanted to say about the... Not at the moment.
Has there been a charge or any update you could give us?
Well, I was very lucky I met Reza.
As far as book tours, police station accompanied by a legal representative. He was questioned by detectives for 2 hours and hit with a raft of charges. 3 counts of rape, 2 counts of deprivation of liberty and 1 count of sexual assault.
7 days a week to my job, to my family, and I was very fortunate to meet Reza, and honestly it's been a great joy of mine. Wake up on a Friday and go, let's go see a movie, or let's go to the coast.
The couple's luxury coastal apartment in Burleigh Heads, which is owned by Reza Adib, became a crime scene yesterday. Gold Coast former Premier fronted an event on the Gold Coast last night to continue her book's publicity blitz.
In your book, you speak about your relationship with your partner. Will you still be showing your support towards him?
Let's sit down, let's talk about things. It was so nice having someone to talk to. Going home to an empty house after a full day at work, it's nice to have someone who cares. Yeah.
Will you be defending the charge?
Local shops and dangerously addictive. It's nitrous oxide, but the street name is Nangs, and young Australians are becoming hooked and losing their lives. Now the campaign to make them harder to get.
Life-consuming, time-consuming, mind-consuming, life-consuming. I couldn't think about anything else.
I was a normal kid and I decided one day to abuse this drug and it led me down a path that I barely scraped out of.
For Sam, it started as a...
Before they opened.
How many a day were you doing?
So on a very bad day, I was probably doing 40 to 50 of these small steel bulbs. Yeah, it really took me to a dark place.
Sam's world
of the tall canisters a day.
The 31-year-old is referring to these large cylinders.
It's estimated about 100 bulbs per canister. So between I couldn't walk, it was terrifying.
As horrific as that was, it wasn't enough to keep Lou from inhaling the nitrous oxide.
I suffered a lot of psychosis. I was having auditory, tactile, and that you could get addicted until it happened to me.
Nitrous oxide is easy to get, sold at tobacconists and through online sites, delivered to your door, sometimes in as little as 20 minutes. For Sam, that easy access helped
me, and they told me I needed to go to the hospital. I was very agitated, and the security guards had to pin me down and sedate me, and that's when I woke up.
Started No to Nangs, an online campaign and advocacy group exposing the dangers of Nangs. Now he's pushing for reform. Western Australia has the strictest regulations regarding supply and misuse.
A few packets of 10 a day.
You see people with profound neurological damage to the nerves. So to see people not be able to walk, be terribly unbalanced, not be able to use their hands properly, be poorly coordinated, dropping items, people can have more abuse potential are beyond the quantities that anyone in the community should require for any other use.
Doctor, do you feel like there needs to be more regulation around this? Do you feel like Nangs need to be made harder to access?
I think increased safeguards would be a really good idea.
A very strong-minded person, a strong-willed person, he's been through hell. Well, you must just be so proud of him.
Oh, we're very proud.
The New South Wales government says it is looking at the heart. Smoke alarms save lives. Linda suffered burns and lost her sister after fire swept through her home. And today, on the 20th anniversary of making smoke alarms compulsory, she fears people have become complacent.